Hello Scorpio, this is your October 1st, October 15th, 2016 read. For the main read, I'm going to use the Vision Quest Tarot again by Diane S. Winter and Joe Dose, D-O-S-E, with the accent mark at the end if you'd like to look those up. And again, I would like to use the Romance Angel Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue for the advice cards. I'm just feeling it for this deck, so thought I'd throw them in there. I have already shuffled this deck, and we're ready to go. I'm smiling because your overall energy is the Lovers, which is a great thing. And actually, that's coming through too, so we're going to do that. I'm actually going to also pop out the advice cards. And we have a bunch popping out here. We really do. Okay. Now, overall, this is good. I got the Lovers, and I'm just taking a quick look here. I'm feeling a lot of goodness here. This is kind of like the Pisces one. Which I'm a Pisces. I'm not a Scorpio, but Scorpio energy is a wonderful thing. I get along very well with them. Not that I don't get along with other signs, but it's just one of those signs that just clicks with. I don't know. It just does. Your overall energy. This is the main card, the Lovers. This is very affectionate, caring for one another. Of course, it's a general read. It doesn't have to mean a romantic relationship. I feel like for some of you, this will definitely hit for that, though. And at the very least, it's important relationships. This always comes through as an important relationship for me. So if it's not a romantic relationship, think about somebody who means a lot to you. This doesn't have to be physical intimacy. Sometimes people get caught up in that. Especially with the general read, just keep in mind, this is somebody who means a lot to you. It could be a best friend, a parent, authority figure, somebody who means a lot to you that you mean a lot to them as well. There's like a circle effect in that sense, where you respect them, they respect you, you mean a lot to them, they mean a lot to you. Just keep that in mind. Because I feel like in this situation, you're very helpful and very insightful. So that's the overall energy for the October 1st to October 15th time frame. I'm also getting that you're seeing things far out. So I'm almost feeling like you have an insight about something that's going on, and you're keeping your eye out for something. I feel like you're very much looking out for the person you care about, which I don't think is a rare thing in your sense, but this is definitely something that you're very tuned in with. Again, this person means a lot to you, you mean a lot to them, and another reason why you keep your heart close to you and close to them, and you always keep an eye out. I feel like that's not new. I don't feel like that's a rare thing to say for you. I feel like you're keeping an eye out, and I feel like you keep it. I almost feel like you keep like word out. Like I don't feel like it's like. I feel like your circle of friends knows you do this, and like you look out for each other. I don't feel like when you talk about other people, I feel like it's more like what's going on with them because you're trying to make sure they're okay, and it's less gossip, more what's going on. Okay, we're good. Apparently we needed to clarify that. Now, your advice for the beginning part here, because I feel like we're starting with a lot of stability. We got the Daughter of Earth, which is sometimes referred to as the Page. I always feel like there's a dedicated... Every time I see like the Earth, the Daughter, and the Sun, I feel like it's a lot of dedicated effort. In her sense, I feel like she makes sure people are taken care of. She tries to be a supportive role. I feel like in this sense, whether you're male or female, I apologize for using the, because it doesn't matter, especially a general reading like this, but I feel like this person tries to see themselves as a supportive role, but maybe is more than that, either intermittently, my words, really, either now and then, or like, I feel like you have to take control every now and then, but you always go about it, at least in this situation, or at least in this time frame, where this card is talking, you're trying to keep it as if you're a support and not a leader. But I feel like you kind of do take the leader aspect, but you play it off like you're not, if that makes sense. And I feel like there's a lot of stability there. I feel like you like to be seen as a team player, but I feel like you're there's a driving effort. And I feel like when I'm getting this card, I feel like there's like, almost, I get in the word dogma, which means like repetition. Like, I feel like you just try to keep things going. You try to keep things together. Dedicated effort, good things, but keeping things going. And I almost feel like it may be a situation that's already established, but you might see it falling to the wayside, and you get in there and you like take the lead to keep it going, if that makes sense. Like, but you're like, I'm just supporting the situation, even though you're the one that's keeping it alive, and it's a good thing. That's what I'm getting there. Around you, I feel like you're seeing a situation that's very good. I feel like the person, like, this is interesting, because when I'm getting more, like, it says finances and career, but I'm more getting, like, this is really giving me that Monet feeling. Like, like, it looks good from far away, but up close, it may not seem, like, if you look too closely at it, it doesn't seem to work. But if you step back, and I feel like you're stepping back, and, like, you have the ability to look at the situation from the outside, you're able to see the beauty in the picture. I feel like the person involved, like this person we're talking about, isn't able to see all the good in it. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why you're kind of taking the lead, because you are seeing this situation from almost from the outside or from a distant perspective. You can see the whole picture. I'm kind of getting that. Like, you can see the picture as it's supposed to be, as it's supposed to be viewed. And I feel like there's some people too close to it, and they're just, like, getting caught up in, like, I'm just seeing paint splotches. I don't understand. Why is this good? I just see paint splotches. So they're not really seeing all the good in the situation, but I feel like you are. So I know this is a general read, but I like to understand exactly what situation we're talking about. I feel like you may be helping some people out with their relationships. And it may be like more like family relationships, like siblings or like friends that aren't getting along or not getting along as well as you feel they should. And I feel like you have a bigger grasp about what's going on. Like, you know what happened between this one and this one, but you're like, all right, yes, that happened between this one and this one, but do you know about what's going on in each of their lives? That, like, I can understand why that happened. It wasn't as bad as it seemed. It just, there's a lot going on around them. I feel like you have this broader scope. I think that's why that Monet feeling is coming in, because, like, I feel like there's some other people who are just seeing it for the actual situation itself and being like, that's not right, that's not fair, blah, blah, blah. But you're like, well, wait a minute. You realize over on this side, all this stuff's going on, and that's a lot to handle. And over on this side, there's a lot, this and this is going on, and that's a lot to handle. And you're just kind of like, the people involved you care about, and you're just like really trying to have that open mind and trying to like bring everybody into the fold. Like, please look at the situation as a whole and don't just pick people apart based on one little incident. We're all human. Like, I feel like that's what's going on. I also feel like you're kind of having fun with the situation. I only mean that in the sense of, like, if it gets a little too serious, I feel like you bring in some fun. I don't know if you're planning something or I know a couple of Scorpios that are quite funny on occasion, and sometimes when you least expect it, something will fly out of one of their mouths, and you'll be like, and you'll just laugh your butt off, and you'll be like, okay. Like, I feel like you're keeping the situation, like, you know when to bring in some fun. And if you're not really that giddy, funny person, I feel like there's other things you know to do, or other people you know to get involved to lighten up the mood. Basically, you're going to make sure that mood gets lightened up when it needs to be, and it works out great. I feel like there's a very diplomatic effect here where you're very much knowing when to deal with the situation and when things need to be a little bit more fun. I feel like your influence is freeing people from whatever the situation is. And this is the environment. I really feel like you're connected with helping these people, whoever it is, like, you're setting them free, and they're feeling much more happy. They're very satisfied with the outcome. They're more likely to get along. I feel like whatever the situation is, you're viewing it as a misunderstanding, and people are overstressed or overtaxed emotionally, and you're helping bring that to light, and you're really healing a situation. And this came up for the environment, so this isn't you, this is the people around you. I feel like you're helping them deal with each other and express how they really feel. Even if they don't typically see eye to eye, your influence is kind of like showing that, there's good in both of you, and like, let's work this out. A lot of times, in a lot of situations, I know this is general, but in a lot of situations, I feel like it's this social aspect, and the social side might be getting a little crazy, and you're kind of squashing it. You're just like, no, we're not going to lose our minds. Let's just calm down. Like, I feel like that's what's going on. I feel like you're a very strong part of this. When we get closer to the 15th, we have the Mother of Air, which is a very thoughtful, smart person who knows what to say and when to say it. That, I feel, is really, really where you are. Closer to the 15th, I feel like the situation was a bit much. And it did get a little out of hand, and I feel like not the people directly involved, but people around it. I feel like there's a couple people that kind of tweaked your nose a little bit, mostly because you're viewing it as they kind of were starting to make things go out of control needlessly. And I feel like that kind of aggravated you, but you're being very smart, and your end goal is to calm the situation and move forward without making it worse. For that reason, I feel like a certain person or two, maybe two, depending on your situation, are going to kind of get away with saying things they really should not have, but you're just kind of letting them go because you're just like, I'm not going to let this be another stepping stone for them to cause problems. I'm just going to step back, let it go, because I know other people saw what they're doing, and I know that they're seen for what they do, and it's not worth causing more problems. I feel like you're looking at this, quite frankly, as a mother figure. Like, I want people to get along, I want everything to go well, so I'm just going to let it squash, and I'm going to even take a part of that myself, even though it's not right, but I'm going to do it because I don't want this to gain new life and become an issue again. So as I look over this overall reading, the overall, again, very good. Lovers, shaman, people that mean a lot to you. This could definitely be a love interest. This is affecting mostly. If that's the case, it definitely makes sense why you're so into it. But either way, even if it's not, these are people who are important to you. And when you see, like, I feel like there's some misunderstanding or something between two people you care about that doesn't go right, and you get in there and you fix it. It's just something you take care of. You keep people together. I feel like you're seeing the situation for the whole. Good people, a little overstressed at times. People are human. I feel like you're definitely looking at it that way. Like, people are human. There's a couple people near the 15th that kind of like, you're like, all right, you're just being a jerk. But in the beginning, the situation itself, I feel like that is just like, you're like, these are good people. Things happen. People have lives, and just sometimes lives get overabundant. I feel like you really help people. You really get things on point. This is a good time for you. Don't get centered on the people that, like, I feel like whatever happens with one or two people that kind of annoy you, because I feel like that's kind of stepped away, and I almost feel like after the fact, like, I almost feel like the situation's over. I do actually think the situation, I feel like you have looked at the situation's solved, moved on, and I feel like somebody or one or two people are trying to reignite it. I feel you squash that fairly quickly, and it annoys you, but you don't let it get out of hand, because you're just like, if I let myself, snap at this person, they'll get exactly what they want, and they'll start crap again, and I'm not going to allow it. I think that's because it's coming back, and I feel like that for the majority of you is what's going to happen. Situation done, solved, happy, everything's fine, and then one or two people kind of like try to stir the pot again, and you're like, absolutely not. We're not going to go that route. Everything's fine. I feel like you're very diplomatic on what you say. You only say what you need to. But I feel like you want to rip them apart. Like, I feel like that energy, I feel like that protective, like, how dare you energy is coming up. But it just kind of hits here, and you're just like, nope, I'm not going to let this happen. Situation's over. Situation's done. We're moving on. And just don't get caught up in that, because I feel like it's very transitory near the closer to the 15th. The majority of it is very good. I don't feel like it's stressful for you. I just feel like you're just talking to people and making sure things work out. It's just near the 15th. I feel like that's really coming through strong. Like one or two people try to reignite the situation and you squash it. It's very transitory. It doesn't last long. Just don't get caught up in it. And I feel like when it comes around, I feel like you're going to be in the right mindset to take care of it and handle it like you need to. Of course, always leave your comments below. I love hearing comments. And if you have a question or if you'd like a read from me, my email is jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.